The IMF and World Bank had this to say, and I quote, "Kenya's debt outlook is favorable. Kenya's risk of external debt distress remains low. While overall public sector debt dynamics continue to be sustainable, under the baseline scenario and all the stress tests, Kenya's external debt burden indicators do not breach any of the relevant policy-dependent thresholds." End of quote. It is also important to note that Kenya, unlike many African countries, has never received any debt relief under the highly indebted poor countries initiative or under the multilateral debt relief initiative. This track record of good performance has been achieved through prudent debt management practice. It is critically important that we continue on this path in order to avoid the pitfalls that led to the Latin America debt crisis in the 1970s, which led to a lost decade of economic growth. Due to our prudent fiscal and debt management practices, we have been able to diversify our sources of financing by tapping into international markets. Recently, we issued our debut sovereign bond of US $2 billion in June 2014. This was the largest transaction by a first-time African issuer, representing an important milestone for the Republic of Kenya and a stepping stone towards emerging markets status. This track record that we have established is part of the key ingredients of our country's economic management practice that will enable us transition to a middle income status as we must jealously guard it. I am sure you are going to hear and learn a lot, especially from other countries' experiences. But as you deliberate on this issue, I urge you to be guided by the theme of the conference, because this is the only way we can meaningfully transform lives of our people. And above all, we must ensure that our debt levels remain sustainable. It is the only way we can hope to achieve our Vision 2030. Let me conclude, ladies and gentlemen, by thanking all participants, all the people who have participated in putting this conference together. And I want to underscore the very important role and participation that has enabled us to shepherd devolution, the institutions that have been set up, from the Commission on Revenue Allocation, the Comptroller of Budget, the Auditor General's Office, Senate, IBEC, the Summit. All these institutions have participated in many ways in making sure that devolution succeeds. And their participation in this conference on subnational borrowing is critical, as it informs the bigger picture on how we want to take devolution.